Hello, and thank you for joining Miriam's Hemp on today's education. Today we'll be discussing suggested serving sizes and important things to know when using cannabinoids. Let's start with dosing. We are often asked, how much CBD oil should I take? A one-size-fits-all dosage for cannabinoids doesn't exist. Even the FDA doesn't provide a recommended daily intake, also known as RDI for CBD. In simple terms, CBD and minor cannabinoids don't have an official serving size. CBD acts on 60 different molecular pathways, meaning it has a very complex relationship with the body and the brain. It's difficult to come up with a definite dosage guideline that would help any person, regardless of individual physiology. Some CBD manufacturers give you their own dosage recommendations, but they do so to provide new users with a general point of reference. It's impossible to tell if a specific dosage is the right amount for a given person because it doesn't address a few critical variables, which we will discuss next. Important considerations for dosing CBD. Finding an effective CBD dosage may depend on the following factors: the potency of the product, the bioavailability of a chosen product, your unique biochemistry, prior experience with CBD, your weight, your metabolism, the severity of your condition, and any other medications you're currently taking. Safety and precautions. Let's address a few key considerations when using CBD and other minor cannabinoid products. Is it possible to take too much CBD? A 2011 study on the safety and side effects of CBD found that continuous use of CBD, even in high dosage, as high as 1,500 milligrams a day, is well tolerated by humans. Can you overdose on CBD? Well, overdosing on cannabinoids is impossible because cannabinoids don't affect the brainstem, which is responsible for respiration. Some possible side effects to consider are fatigue, diarrhea, changes in appetite, changes in weight, dry mouth, and low blood pressure. How to calculate the best CBD dosage for your needs. First, decide what form of CBD you want to use. Currently, the most common way to deliver CBD to your system is through CBD oil drops. They're relatively easy to use and allow you to absorb CBD directly into the bloodstream as opposed to capsules and edibles. However, pure CBD oil has a distinct earthy taste. Some find this flavor to be somewhat bitter. If you don't like the taste of hemp and natural olive oil, Miriam's Hemp offers an MCT carrier oil and vanilla flavor. Capsules, gummies, or vape oil may also be an option. The above routes of administration are typically preferred by people who need fast relief from anxiety, stress, pain, or inflammation. Topicals are the better option if the area you're trying to treat is on the skin, joints, or muscles. We are continuing the discussion of how to determine the best CBD dosage for your needs. The next thing you need to know is to check the bioavailability of your products. Bioavailability refers to the percentage of ingested CBD that your body absorbs into the bloodstream. Below you'll find the bioavailability of 4 different delivery methods. Let's start with CBD topicals. The bioavailability of CBD topicals is measured at less than 1% because none of the CBD applied to the skin makes it to the bloodstream. Instead, CBD reaches the cannabinoid receptors in the skin and muscles. CBD capsules and edibles are between 5 and 15%. CBD binds to fat, so consider taking CBD capsules and edibles with a snack or meal containing fat, like milk or nut butters, to help increase the bioavailability once swallowed. CBD oil drops are between 20 and 30%. With CBD oil, make sure to hold the oil under the tongue for 60 seconds before swallowing. Let's say you consume 15 milligrams of CBD in oral drops. You're going to end up with 4 to 6 times the amount of CBD in your body than you would a capsule containing the same concentration because CBD oil is more easily absorbed in the body. Next are CBD vapes. And vapes are about 56% bioavailability because the vapor crosses the blood-brain barrier within seconds of inhalation. Consider talking to a physician. Before taking any CBD product, we advise you to consult with a physician. This is the best way to make sure the CBD or other supplements you're taking won't interfere with any medications you may be taking. It's also the best way to rule out any major causes for your symptoms before starting supplementation. CBD uses the CYP450 2C19 enzyme when being metabolized in the liver, so some medication may interact with this enzyme. A general rule of thumb is to space CBD 2 to 4 hours before or after taking pharmaceutical medications. Please keep in mind that CBD works by accumulation and saturation in the body. So, at some point, cannabinoids will always be present in your body. So, you may want to use cannabinoids under the supervision of your attending physician to track, receive tests and exams, and understand what's happening inside of your body. Another question we receive quite frequently from consumers is, should I take full spectrum, broad spectrum, or isolate CBD? If you're not subject to periodical drug tests at work, consider using full spectrum products because of the entourage effect. The entourage effect describes the synergy between all active ingredients in cannabis, including cannabinoids other than CBD, THC, terpenes, and other plant compounds. They're believed to require less CBD than pure isolate to produce similar effects. So what's the difference between full spectrum, broad spectrum, or isolate CBD? With full spectrum products, these products contain all of the cannabinoids that are present in the hemp or cannabis plant. Broad spectrum products contain most of the cannabinoids, but with the complete removal of THC. CBD isolate means that the CBD is separated from other cannabinoids during extraction, so it's CBD only. A study in 2015 found that full spectrum products offer higher levels of anti-inflammatory properties than their CBD isolate counterparts. This is due to the synergistic interactions between the different cannabinoids. How to measure your CBD oil dosage. CBD oil drops come in a dropper bottle. They're easy to use and allow you to precisely measure out your serving of CBD. All you need to do is squeeze the dropper so it draws the oil from the bottle. Apply a few drops under the tongue and hold it there for about 60 seconds. This way, CBD will be absorbed into the bloodstream through the sublingual membranes under the tongue. You'll need to know how much CBD a dropper holds. Typically, a dropper can carry 1 milliliter of fluid. If you know the total volume of your oil drops, you can do the math and calculate your CBD dosage using a simple formula. The formula is total CBD in the bottle divided by the number of milliliters in the bottle equals the milligrams of CBD in your dropper. For example, let's say you have a 30 milliliter CBD oil that has 750 milligrams of CBD. You would calculate 750 milligrams divided by 30 milliliters, which equals 25 milligrams of CBD per dropper. Start with a lower dose than you think you need. The saying goes, start low and go slow. Everybody has a different history with the use of certain substances, supplements, and medications. And since we're all made differently, what works wonders for you might not work for your friend, and vice versa. The best way to determine your initial CBD doses is to count it by your body weight. Experts suggest starting with 1 to 6 milligrams of CBD per pound. Low doses allow the user to monitor their body's reaction more effectively. The bell curve effect. As I mentioned earlier, CBD works by accumulation and saturation in the body. Taking CBD one time or a few times throughout the week may or may not yield any benefits or relief. The half-life, or the time it takes to metabolize half of your CBD dose, is about 9 hours, and over the next few months can extend to about 72 hours. Research suggests taking CBD every day, 2 to 3 times per day, to replenish the ECS system. If you do not see results, continue to increase your dose until you have found your sweet spot, which is called your optimal dose. You want to stay at the dose that works best for you. When can you expect to see results? Gradually increase the dosage until you notice the difference. Increasing the amount of CBD oil gradually is the best way to figure out the best CBD dosage for you. We suggest lowering CBD doses at first because if the dose is too high, it may trigger some unwanted effects such as sleepiness, lowered blood pressure, lightheadedness, or diarrhea. Side effects are a cue to dial your dose back to the last one that did not produce these effects. On the other hand, if you continue to use a dosage that's too low, you may not feel anything at all. So again, observation is key. Listen to your body and you'll get a feel for how CBD works for you. Overall, remember, the goal is to find the sweet spot. Most people start with a low dose and increase their dose every 3 to 4 weeks until symptom improvement is found.
Journal your experience. Track, learn from, and improve your use of CBD and other cannabinoids. Track the products you've been using, where you purchased it from, what you're using it for, relatively how much you used, what time of day, as well as symptom relief, feelings, and any side effects you experienced. Tracking your experience for each product you use will help you to easily compare what products were the most beneficial for you. This information will also be helpful to share with your attending physician. Try starting with one product and add additional products over time if you need them. Having too many products in your regimen at one time may make it hard to gauge what's working for you and what's not. There's an app called Relief that can help you to digitally track this information, as well as a good old-fashioned notebook and Excel worksheet.
Thank you for joining Miriam's Hemp today on our education on suggested serving sizes. We hope you learned something today. If you have any questions or concerns, please let us know. We're always happy to help. If you have ideas for other educational topics, please reach out. We'd love to hear from you. Thank you and have a great day.